Bodacious Outdoors is brought to you by Big Holler, Let 'em Dig to Grow 'em Big, Doe Cooter, It Makes Sense, Sport Mix, Dog Food, Gordon's, Eden Pet, MFK, Made for Killing, Ozark Ridge Calls, Handmade Calls in the Ozarks, Undercover Sportsman, We Got You Covered, Missouri Landscape Supply, and K2 Coolers.
I'm Michael Heffernan with Bodacious Outdoors TV. It's 2014 opening day of bow season here in Missouri. I got my food plot planted, the Osage Trophy Blend, right after turkey season this year, and it's coming up really well. I've been watching a buck I call Rack City for 2 years now. Last year he was probably in 130s, might have touched 140s, but after a long winter and off season, the minerals I've been putting out, he's really blossomed into probably a 150. He might touch 160, but he's definitely my #1 shooter this year. I've been watching him and 2 other bucks. I call one the Big 8 and one's a Big 9. They're probably in the 120s, 130s class, but I've got them patterned almost to a T, and I know where they're coming out. I know what time they're coming out, and I think I'm putting myself in the position to get a shot at one of them. Well, we get out to the stand really early. We're pumped up. I got Laramie behind the camera. This is our first hunt together. We have really high hopes. It's just going to be an awesome night. The weather's perfect. It's nice and cool. It's not too hot. Normally early season you think 70s, 80s. No, this opening day was about 60 degrees. It was just perfect. After we got all set up, time's going by, the sun's starting to set, and we noticed some younger deer coming out in the field along with some does. So I'm watching these does, and all of a sudden I hear Laramie say, "Shooter, shooter, shooter," and I look to my left and I seen him come out. All 3 bucks, single file line, come out into the food plot, and instantly I can tell which one is him. So I shoot and I see the arrow go under him. I pulled my shot. I was trying to watch the arrow before I let it go. I don't know what I was doing, but I messed up and I'm blaming it on Laramie. Still to this day, he pushed me or something. But I'm sick still.
Second day of bow season, after the big, let down on the first day with Hef and Rack City, it was time for me to get in the stand and try my luck. Alright, this is Laramie Hagen's Bodacious Outdoors TV. This is one of the first days of bow season, first day that I've gotten to hunt. We're running way late right now. Nothing's really seemed to go to plan so far, but hopefully we'll still get it put together. We're getting set up in the stand right now. Cameron, what are you doing?
I don't want to get up there.
What's wrong?
It scares me. It feels like it's leaning way out over the field.
What's a tree stand? Tree stands lean out over fields.
I get that, but I just don't feel safe in it. I feel like I'm just gonna feel like I'm falling out of it.
So you can't get in the tree?
I'm not saying I can't. I just say I'm really not comfortable with it. Can we go over to the ground blind?
Yeah, I guess I'll be fine. Let's hurry up for the stuff.
Laramie wants to set up in this tree stand, and I get up there and this thing is hanging out over the field, you're leaning out over the field.
When the deer came out, I knew they'd filter right through it. And Sierra, when she got up to the tree stand, decided that she didn't like it, that there was a little bit of an angle on the platform of the stand and wasn't going to sit in it. So we had to move to the ground blind across the field.
We get to the ground blind.
The wind direction wasn't right for this ground blind at all.
Laramie pokes his head in and then pulls his head right back out. And he's like, okay, when you get in there, just sit really still.
Poke my head into the stand, I noticed a very large wasp nest. I tried to very calmly tell Sierra, hey, there's a couple wasps in here. If you just stay calm, they'll leave you alone.
So you want me to sit in the ground blind perfectly still the whole time while these wasps are swarming around me? No, that's not gonna happen.
So I left this sitting on the edge of a field leaned against an old dead log with absolutely no cover. I don't see how tonight could get any worse. Alright, Laramie Hankins here. I've got the lovely Sierra Ballard as my camera lady tonight. We're set up on one of my favorite properties. We had a tree stand set up just across the field from here, but there were some issues with the harnesses and stuff like that. It wasn't a good spot for us to be. So we migrated a little bit and we're just hiding in the brush. A little bit late getting in here. We're just gonna see what happens. This corn's fresh cut, so I'm thinking you're still gonna want to be in here tonight. I just hope they want to be within 50 yards of us. I'm excited.
We finally find a spot to sit at. We end up sitting right beside the ground blind on the ground. You know, I'm leaning back against a tree. I'm comfortable. I'm not too high. There aren't wasps swarming around me. I'm feeling pretty good about this new location. We get situated, and somehow or another the wind turns to our favor. It shifts and is in our face, and a mom and a fawn come out not too far away. They work their way out about 20 yards in front of my tree stand that's set up across the field, and then come into about 40 yards from us, and I tell Sierra, I'm gonna take the mom of the fawn, and she said, No, I will not let you shoot the mama. This is not gonna work. I will scream before I let you shoot the mama.
Luckily, another doe came into range. It was a lone doe, didn't have a fawn, it wasn't a fawn, and it didn't have a fawn, so it was an opportunity, although I had no idea how I was going to get my bow back. So, the lone doe comes into range. We've got about 3 or 4 does within about a 50 to 60 yard radius of us, and I just need to get my bow pulled back so I can let the PSE do what it's meant to do. I pull back my bow as the lone doe kicks the mama doe in the back of the leg. The mama doe spins, chases the little doe off. I get the opportunity to pull back my bow and get full draw, even though I didn't have any cover. I can see her. What a rush. Oh man. Oh man, I think she's in the field. I think she's down in the field. Oh man, that was a great night. That was a rush. I've been dying to stick something. Everything that could go wrong. I mean, just flat out dead tonight. We were set up in a tree stand right across. We were 20 yards away from it. And we were set up. And couldn't get it done from there. It was just like nothing was going right. The tree stand wasn't situated correctly for us to be safe up there, so we had to give it a minute. And we weren't good. And we came across the ground blind out on the other side of the field. And it has wasp all up in there. And we just couldn't get in there with the wasp. So I ended up just sitting down on some logs and some cover. And my camera girl tonight, Sierra Ballard, really helped me out. I'm so glad she stuck with me through this. But we ended up coming in here, sitting down on the log, and right as we sat down on that log, the wind shifted for us in our favor and just started hitting us in the face. And it came together. It was awesome. I think I saw that deer go down right over there. We're gonna give it a few minutes and we're gonna go start tracking. So excited. So this is a great start to the 2014 season. Second day of season, I've already got a doe tag filled. Already had a close encounter with a large buck with Michael. I'm excited to see what this season brings. Even though Michael's discouraged right now, it's time for him to get back on the horse and see if he can do some damage.
So after getting over my heartbreaking encounter with Rack City, I finally worked up the courage to head back out and try to stick a doe or maybe get another opportunity, another good buck. So we're set up at a new place this evening out towards Rogersville. I just got this property about a month into the season. Haven't had much time to scout. I just know there's a ton of deer and turkey in this area, so I thought I might as well just try to give it a go. So the deer finally commit to the field and they're chowing down, and one doe knows something's up but's curious enough. I mean, she probably came 3 or 4 steps from the blind. The whole time she was standing there, I mean, I'm at full draw, just waiting for her just to move so I could get a shot at that shoulder, but she didn't turn, she wasn't budging, she won the stare down. Finally, she blew at us. I still don't think she knew we were, but she blew, she took off and ran probably 20 yards, and at this point she's at 30 yards, and I put the pin on her and just let it fly. October 29th. Cold front coming in yesterday evening. Deer were moving. We started seeing deer at 4:30 tonight. Doe after doe after doe. And with the rut being so close, we were holding off for a buck, and we just didn't have them come in. Granted, it's prime time right now, but we're getting ready to hang a new set at this property, and I wanted to track this doe and get out of here quick because we're gonna be hard at it again probably tomorrow. So I'm a bow hunter at heart, I really am, but when November hits, you can bet the rifles are coming out. Alright, it's finally here. Opening day rifle season in Missouri. We're layering up right now, getting our camo on, getting our stuff together. Great morning, so pretty positive. We're gonna finish getting dressed, get our boots on, and get out there. Well, here we are. Opening morning, Missouri rifle season. This morning we're sitting on a pretty big clear cut. It was an old food plot. It hasn't been planted in a couple years, but it's been brush hogged. It's short and green, and there's just rubs lining it everywhere. It's real cold this morning. We're bundled up. We're gonna sit as long as we can. We might sit all day. Just depends. This farm has some great deer. I wasn't in the stand 15 minutes, and one stepped out. That was fast. That was fast. I just got done rattling and grunting. And a nice buck, one of the ones we got on camera, stepped out. He jumped. He looked like I hit him. And he took off into the woods, so we're going to give it a bit and then go look. I'm shaking like a leaf. Oh, rifle season, opening morning. I come down to it, and it wasn't the buck that I thought it was. No regrets. It's opening day of rifle season, and I filled my tag, meat in the fridge, and I get to take it back to camp and show the guys. There he is. Spitting blood this whole way. Once I found blood on the other side of the fence, he went 100 yards. There he is! 9-pointer. We got this buck on camera. He's a good buck. When he come out, I thought he was a big 11 that had split G2s. It happened so fast. I just got done rattling and grunting, and he stepped out. And self-filming, it's tough. It's not an excuse, but it's tough. I could have taken more time and really looked at the deer and see which one it was, but yes, he was feeding, but he was on the move at the same time. So still a dandy buck. I'm happy with him. He wasn't on our hit list, but you know what? Just from his genetics, and he's not very wide. He's a good coal buck to get out of the herd. So I'm happy with him. He went 75 yards after he jumped into the fence, over the fence, into the woods. So great deer.
see the camera. Sorry, guys. Oh, lean it like you're cutting off the tip of my head. Lean it up. There we go.
Good?
These guidelines and stuff. Ready?
No, it's rolling.
All right, why don't you just go, hold on a second, I got it.
Go.
All right, it's 2014, and I don't know what to say.
I hung this stand just a few times before. 2 days, sorry.
These two baby, I don't know. This mama deer comes out with her two baby fawns, and while I'm filming, they're about 40 yards out, and then he says, "Okay, I'm going to shoot the mama." I'm like, "No, you can't. You can't shoot the mama. I'm not."
Hold on, these lights are messing with me.
I don't know how this.